Hi, it's Kimberly McPherson. I'm responding to our Module 1 for Nursing 482. We were asked to review the pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics, and pharmacogenetics processes. I chose to think of a person for my case study that had chronic liver or kidney problems when reviewing these three different areas, and I'm choosing pharmacokinetics to speak with you today. Pharmacokinetics, you need to look at 4 different areas. With that, you got to look at how the drug is introduced to the body and the way it's administered. That being said, we have different routes. We have the by mouth route, or we have the perennial route, we have the peripheral route or IV route, central line route, we have the parectal route. So there's many different ways that we can, or mucosa route when we look at sublingual. So there's many different ways that we introduce drugs to people's systems. It's important to know which route they go. With knowing that, you know how well it is going to be absorbed, how well it may be broken down through the different body systems before it actually reaches the target cells that it needs to get to. The other thing that we need to be aware of is the second phase of pharmacokinetics is how it is absorbed over the plasma membrane. We look at it goes from areas of high to low concentrations, which is diffusion or active transport, where it actually has to bind to a different protein, which the target cell will allow that drug to come in. There's certain drugs that work one or other ways. The other thing is that you got to look at the pathway that the drug has went through. If it has to go through the oral or gut, you got to look at it has to be able to maintain the certain amounts, or will be left over with certain amounts based on different pHs of the gut, gastric juices, before it's broken down enough to be absorbed in the digestive intestines, and where it picks it up there, and then of course travels by bloodstream to where it needs to go. With the IV, you may be looking at different concentrations because it's a direct route into the bloodstream. So that's just things that we need to look at. As far as the pharmacodynamics, when I look at my chronic kidney or liver patient, they've already got a compromised system that filters and absorbs and breaks down things. If it's something that in the liver, if it doesn't break it down or absorb it the right way, you look at levels of toxicity being possible, or levels that aren't high enough to be effective. That's where we would actually get peaks and troughs drawn to see if our stuff is still being effective at different levels, and make sure they're not toxic. As a nurse, we should be assessing our patients to see if the drug is being the efficacy of the drug, or whether they're showing signs and symptoms of toxicity. So with better understanding of the pharmacokinetics, we can definitely see how well the drug, and knowing which way the drug acts pharmacokinetically speaking, we know what to look for in our patients. The second part was dealing with the pharmacogenetics. That is not something that I have had privy to in my practice. I do think it's a great thing to be more personal focus on person's issues, that if we can design a drug based on their genetic code, that will allow them to have a better outcome and a more specific to them. I also have seen something similar to that with a GYN doctor has actually taken a person's lady that's going through menopause, their different their different estrogen and testosterone levels and progesterone levels, and based on what their levels show, based on will be how they would design a cream for that patient to be able to use, so that they can absorb the different things that's more patient specific, instead of just taking estrogen pill that everybody takes. I think that helps decrease the different effects of menopause. So with that being said, I did use our textbook for my information that I've shared with you today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you.